Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds in the studio Thursday morning. Bears in town last night. Did you get a chance to go to the game?
Did not go, but was able to witness some of it. And the Bears were looking to snap a 3-game losing streak, and they did not do so. Kennesaw State out of the Atlanta area in Georgia came up here and beat the Bears 91-87. Very high-scoring game for Missouri State. They like to pride themselves on defense. This team is good, Mike, but they just cannot get over the hump. Something always seems to go wrong. Now, in this case, when you take a look at the team statistics, they're virtually even throughout the game, except for one category, and that one category was three-point shooting. Kennesaw State made 14 trees. That's 42 points from three-point distance. The Bears scored 9 from three-point difference, and therein lies the difference in the game. Otherwise, it's an even contest. Missouri State was right in it up until the end, but couldn't pull it off. Lose their fourth in a row and now go on the road to Miami, which is a very nice place to visit at this time of the year, and they'll play there Saturday against Florida International.
Hopefully they can break that losing streak. It's almost like this is the first move the Chiefs have to make before they make any other moves, and that's the annual restructuring of Patrick Mahomes' contract. But you know what? It saves us, 40 plus?
43 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. It is an annual restructuring of the contract. And to Mahomes' credit, he's willing to go along with that. Now, it's not like he's poverty-stricken, folks.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the case. But the fact of the matter is the Chiefs were able to put their mathematicians together and come up with a plan which will lessen the salary cap by a great amount. It doesn't eliminate it altogether, but Chiefs, instead of owing about $20 million somewhere, are now down to $11 million. So that big a hit, and that is a manageable cap space now. So I would expect there'll probably be a few more player cuts somewhere along the line. And then when the business season opens up and the free agency becomes available on March 11th, well, we'll see what Kansas City is able to do there. But it does help. So the salary cap is now $11 million for Kansas City as opposed to $20 million, which it had been.
Also, Tyreek posting a picture. He was in Kansas City yesterday. He's supposedly supposed to still have another surgery. So I can't for the life of me think he's going to pass a physical, right? There's no way.
If he has another surgery after an ACL tear,
and a broken leg.
If he has another one, I think it would be foolhardy to take a chance.
Unless it's at league minimum. We'll see what happens. Also, Kenny Walker out of Seattle, he's a free agent.
He is
something
a
I'd
free
like.
agent.
But
he also had. Look, you have to understand how the history works. Had a big year. So did Saquon Barkley for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Hold on,
for sure.
2 years ago, and he did not come through in the second year. He wasn't a free agent. But Walker is. I would be very hesitant about doing that. But I'm not the general manager.
I see what you're stepping in, and I agree. Last but not least, while you're taking a nap this weekend, what golf game are you going to be watching?
Well, this is another signature event. That's how the PGA labels this one, with the huge purses that they're playing for. And this is a $20 million purse. It's called the Genesis Open. It's hosted by Tiger Woods. He will not play, but he will be there at the Riviera Country Club in Los Angeles, actually in Pacific Palisades, California. They played the tournament last year, but it wasn't there. That's because the golf club and the area was surrounded by these horrendous fires that they had out in Los Angeles. So they moved the Genesis Open to San Diego, La Jolla, or Torrey Pines. But they're back at Genesis, back at the Riviera Country Club, and they will play it starting today. Tiger Woods the host, and it's $20 million purse, so
yes,
all the big names are there.
Team USA went into overtime against Sweden. What a great hockey match.
I must admit to you, of course, I'm rooting for Team USA. They're playing Sweden, and the Swedish team is really good. They're all NHL players. It's the only European team that has an all-NHL team to it, and they play for various teams, of course, and the players from USA know all of them. They do in most cases anyway. But here, USA leads it 1-0 in a really hard-hitting match. Under 2 minutes to go, and Sweden ties the game. And when that happened, I thought, the Swedes have the momentum now. Going into overtime, they'll come out. Wrong. USA, 3 minutes into the overtime, got a goal from Quinn Hughes of the Minnesota Wild. Fired it home actually off the top of the net, and it went in. And that's a 2-1 victory for the USA, so it moves them into the semifinals, and they will play Slovakia, and that will be tomorrow. So the Slovaks also have a number, I don't think it's an all-NHL team, but they have a number of NHL players on there. So it'll be interesting, but hopefully it all boils down to the USA versus Canada, which would be the gold medal match that everybody is wanting.
It's going to be a battle, that is for sure, man. It's already gotten a little chippy as we getting closer and closer to that. It's going to get real chippy at that point. So we got a new director for the baseball players. Who's the guy taking on that hornet's nest?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, too. Bruce Meyer, he's going to replace the disgraced Tony Clark, and the Players' Executive Council that voted him in made sure that the media put in there that it was a unanimous vote. I find this extremely interesting because 2 years ago, a number of the rank and file, the Major League Baseball players, wanted the guy out of there. He's a hardcore, tough labor attorney. He would be the players' labor negotiator anyway, despite the fact that he would not have been the leader. It would have been Tony Clark. But be that as it may, Bruce Meyer takes over. We talked about him yesterday. He's a New York City lawyer from out on Long Island. The silver lining here is while he's hardcore and the owners in baseball despise the man because he's unwilling to bend from whatever the objective happens to be, but he is a baseball fan. He's a New York Mets fan. He grew up as a Mets fan, went to college at Boston University, which happens to be in the Fenway district of Boston, where Boston Red Sox are. So he likes baseball. Does he want to go down in history as the man who shut it down for a year? I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully they'll come up with some kind of a median ground here, but I'm not optimistic at all. Anyway, the answer is Bruce Meyer. He's now the new Baseball Players Association director.
Just to try and figure out if that's true or not, who was the guy in charge last time we had a lockout?
It was Tony Clark. He was there. He's been there for 13 years. He was, I say in charge, you're talking about labor negotiations? Mm-hmm. This guy, Bruce Meyer. He was there along with the guy I always labeled when I was on TV, the lovable Donald Fehr, F-E-H-R, but he pronounced it Fear. That guy, I swear to God, he never smiled. If he smiled once in his life, I would be surprised. Always had this frown on his face, and he was another hardcore labor attorney. That's what they want. They want somebody.
Yes, sir.
That's the way it works.
We're going to start a new segment here on The Cave called People Ned Doesn't Like.
Oh, no. Not a matter of my opinion. It's just the fact that you can comport yourself differently in public and smile and be friendly and get your point across. But these guys, you're not going to mess with
Bulldogs,
me.
Man. So did you watch any other college basketball last night?
I watched one of my favorite teams. Now, reporters are not supposed to have favorite teams, but I do, and it's the Connecticut ladies team. The Connecticut Huskies, they are the reigning national champs. They've only won 12 national championships, but they were going for their 44th straight victory last night, and they had a battle on their hands. They played Gino Auriemma, Connecticut's coach, is from Philadelphia, so he was back home. They're playing Villanova, which is a suburb of Philadelphia. And the Villanova Wildcats ladies team is very good. Led at halftime. That's the first time this season, and Connecticut's been behind at halftime. But this is UConn. They came on in the third period, got their game in rhythm, turned up their defense to another degree, and beat Villanova 83-69 for their 44th consecutive victory. Other games, Missouri won, beat Vanderbilt 81-80 in a dandy. Alabama and Arkansas went overtime down in Tuscaloosa, and Alabama won it 117-115. Oh my goodness sake. Kansas won, and so did Arizona, the former number one team. They took on Brigham Young and beat Brigham Young in Tucson 75-68. At Drury Place tonight, this is the second edition of the cat fight that they have. It's Drury versus Southwest Baptist in both games over at the O'Reilly Family Events Center.
Go Panthers. Ned, have a wonderful Thursday, and thank God tomorrow's Friday.